As climate change continues to raise concerns on human survival, especially in the area of food security and good nutrition, there are predictions that Nigeria may face an even worse environmental and food production crisis. Rising from this, analysts have called on the federal government to ensure food security and nutrition outcomes are strengthened amidst threats by climate change. This next report has more details.
The effects of climate change on food insecurity have now become very direct and substantial. In Nigeria, 1 in 10 children die from hunger before the age of 5, and an estimated 25 million people are at risk of food insecurity, according to a report from the United Nations Children's Fund. The disturbing figure from food insecurity has been met with concern from newly elected President Bola Tinubu, who declared a state of emergency on food insecurity.
Accordingly, and in line with this administration's position on ensuring that the most vulnerable are supported, the President has declared with immediate effect the following actions. 1. A state of emergency on food security. 2. That all matters pertaining to food and water availability and affordability as essential livelihood items be included within the purview of the National Security Council.
Despite this action by the president, analysts say more than a declaration will be needed to increase food production in Nigeria.
Farmers cannot go to farm again. Benue, that used to be the bread basket of the country, I don't know how much food they're able to grow now. It has even become a security problem. If the government is serious, you don't just declare state of emergency or whatever name you call it without tackling the fundamentals. Number one, if we must tackle the problem of insecurity, then you must make the environment friendly for agricultural production.
Nigerian smallholder farmers produce some 90% of the country's food on unirrigated lands and are mostly dependent on rainfalls, but crops are now vulnerable to ever-changing weather conditions, leading to low crop yields.
They go out and plow on their own strength and pull from their own resources in order to give us what we are able to get. I hope they don't relent in that. And I do hope that while they are struggling at it, help comes to them from the government, support comes to them so that there will be more output in terms of food production.
Nigeria is ranked as the 53rd most vulnerable country and the 6th least country in the world to adapt to climate change, according to the Notre Dame Global Adaptation Index report.
We seem not to be aware yet that we ought to move from food, feeding and fiber production to environmental conservation. We still plant as if we have the whole earth laid out before us like before. We have lost a large portion of it to the climate change effect.
To further strengthen and increase understanding of the linkages between climate change and food security, experts say countries must deploy mechanisms to ensure resilient food production systems, stressing the importance of exploring innovative financing mechanisms to mobilize resources for climate change adaptation and agricultural development. Mary Kanu, TV360, Nigeria.